Welcome back, thanks for joining me wherever and whenever you are. So this is the Google Pixel 2 XL and I just wanted to share with you guys my final thoughts on the device. So spoiler alert, this is my favourite device of 2017 and there's two main reasons for that. The first one being the phenomenal camera and the second one being the flawless and slick user experience and interface. Now, it's been reported by a lot of people just how good that camera is, and I think it's one of those things that you really need to experience to really appreciate it. My biggest takeaway from using it on a daily basis is just how consistent it performs. So I've used the Note 8 camera quite a lot, I've also used the iPhone 10 camera quite a bit, and both have phenomenal optics. But where the Google Pixel 2 XL stands out for me is just how consistent it provides good quality images. They're sharp, they're punchy, the dynamic range is really on point, and it's just flawless in pretty much all conditions. The second thing that really stands out to me is that user interface, and I've said it before, but this is Android in its purest form. It's slick, it's clean, the transitions from app to app are good. In terms of multitasking and general performance, it really is top of the tree, and it performs in any scenario I could throw at it throughout the time I've used the device. Whether it be watching videos, gaming, YouTube, any kind of thing I could think of, it just handled very well. So those are the two main things I really loved about the device and still do, which is why I keep using it as my daily driver. There are a couple of other shout out things that I really love about the design. So the design itself, so I personally went for the dubbed Panda Edition, but I've heard a new name which is the Stormtrooper Edition now. I kind of prefer that name to the Panda Edition, but basically the black and white variant is the one I went for. And actually I loved that variant so much, when I went to choose a skin for my device, I actually kept in keeping with the colour tone of the black and white. I just went for the carbon effect. So as you can see here, I still keep the Stormtrooper look, but I've got that carbon effect now. And these skins I got from a company called Extreme Skins, so big thumbs up to those guys for sending out a few skins. And little surprise for you guys, if you like what you see in terms of the actual skins here, I have a code for you which I'll give to you guys at the end of the video, which will enable you guys to get some discount on your first order from Extreme Skins. So thanks for that, guys. Also, another thing I really love about the design is the fingerprint placement. That central position on the back of the device is a personal preference of mine, and I think that's probably where moving forward 2018 handsets should kind of target their fingerprint scanners if they're not already there. And the design of the bigger brother when compared to the Pixel 2 in terms of the smaller bezels and having those front firing speakers at the top and the bottom, I think that's a really good use of space. If you are going to have some form of bezel, utilise it. If you think about the older iPhone devices, especially the iPhone Plus devices, if you think iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus, it had very big top and bottom chins and it was a bit of wasted space. And even on the previous Pixel, a few people said that there was a bit of wasted space at the top and bottom there. But now with those speakers embedded with the smaller body profile, it's more in keeping with kind of a 2017 design, and also it's more logical. Utilise the space, give consumers more of a better experience in terms of stereo speaker sound, and everybody's happy. So again, thumbs up, big win. Of course the device is not perfect. There are a few things that I'm not a big fan of, and the first one is there is no headphone jack. Look, I'm not going to go and whinge and go on a rant about it. I'm not going to say anything that hasn't already been said before, but personally that is a big bugbear of mine, and it's one of the reasons why I love Samsung so much for keeping that headphone jack, as well as companies like OnePlus. Now, another thing that I'm not a massive fan on is the squeeze to wake function in terms of the Google Assistant. It's there, it's a nice feature, but I don't see the benefit personally. I've said before in my previous hands-on video, if I could remap that to something else, then I'd probably get a bit more usage out of it, but for me it's not a massive feature. And then the other thing that isn't great, and it's been highlighted a lot in a lot of media attention, social network, is that display. So there were a few things highlighted about the display. I don't want to bang on about it, but most of those were fixed. The two main ones were the colour profile. So in the latest version of Android, it gives you the benefit of the sRGB spectrum. Google wanted to basically benefit from that and give you more true to life colours, but some people complained that it was a bit flat. And what Google did is in the 8.1 update, they enabled you to change those colour profiles from natural to boosted to saturated. And saturated is more in keeping, of course, with devices such as Samsung, S8, Note 8, etc. And then the other thing was the blue shift when it's off axis. And yes, it is there, but does it bother me? Not really. I look at my phone head on, I don't really hold my phone at an angle. It is more noticeable than other phones, and it's worth mentioning that I can get this same effect on other phones. So I've got it on my Note 8, I've also got it on my iPhone, but they're at a more extreme angle in order to kind of simulate the exact same effects that the Pixel does at a less severe angle. And then the final thing that I'm not a fan of the device is the price. I think there is a trend with a lot of high-end flagships. Certainly when the Note 8 came out, that probably started the trend of the increasing prices. Plus you got the iPhone 10 which came out, which was a whopping £1,000 starting price. And then the Pixel, which is also right up there. If you get the higher variant, you're talking over 900 British pounds. So it is very, very expensive, and I'm not a fan of that. I think there's a big gap between kind of these high-end flagships and say a company like OnePlus. Yes, a OnePlus doesn't have all the bells and whistles of some of these devices, but in terms of the price, you can't ignore that. And if you kind of put them side by side and say, is the Pixel 2 XL or the iPhone or the Note 8 twice as good as something like a OnePlus 5T, then the answer has to be no, it's not twice as good. It may be better for some people, but 2 times as good, definitely not. So then you have to kind of question that price. So that's the thing for me, I'm not a fan of the price. I think you could shave off at least kind of maybe 150, 200 pounds stroke dollars off the price, and that would make it a lot more kind of competitive and more kind of appealing to consumers. So that's it, that's my final thoughts on the device. It's my favourite device of 2017. It's my personal choice for going into 2018. It meets everything that I need. Let me know if you guys either brought one or you've tried one, what you think of it. Any questions you've got reference to the device, put them in the comments below. As always, I thank you guys for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. If you love the video, make sure you smash that like button. If you really, really loved it, please subscribe. It means the world to me. It helps the channel grow, and if the channel grows more, I can provide you guys with more and more videos. And of course, as always, stay safe, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. So if you like the skins as displayed on my Pixel, and also you probably caught a glimpse of my iPhone in the background as well, and as you can see here, they are from a company called Extreme Skins in the UK. They do ship worldwide, they are phenomenal, they have a wide range of skins to choose from in terms of designing your handsets, which you can do kind of little custom jobs, which is kind of what I've done here. Little surprise for you, as it's Christmas, I have a special code, which is DEVO25. Go to their website, which I've linked below, put in this code and you'll get 25% off your first order. That is my little Christmas gift to you guys. Big thanks for Extreme Skins for doing that for me, to be able to offer that to you guys. So check out their website, it's in the link below. Use that code DEVO25 when you place your first order and you will get 25% off. You are welcome.
How the hell it right there? Super rap. Notice that let's go to say it with